grow up with it, you're okay with it in a weird way. Maybe we shouldn't be, and I probably wouldn't want my kids to be okay with it. And when we went on a family vacation within the UK, we went to this caravan park. We had our caravan park, egged. When we went down to the beach, we had a lot of verbal abuse. It's difficult when there's kids there. As adults, you can deal with it, but when there's younger kids, it's upsetting for them. It's weird because I always say that we feel an extra level of emotion. So firstly, we feel what everyone's feeling. So the hurt, the shock. On top of that, there's an element of blame. And straight after that, you always get looks on the trains and things like that, comments, racial comments, remarks.
And for the actual Muslim community, it becomes a little bit tense for a few days afterwards because it's a bit like, what's going to happen, what are they going to say about us this time?
So it's the feeling of hurt, and then the feeling of victimization, and then it's that feeling of guilt. You're kind of being made to feel guilty, and that always frustrates me. That makes me it makes me upset, but it also makes me angry.
It makes us angry every single time because it's just like it's so standard, it's so normal now that people are just like, oh, it's just another one now. It's not something that should be normal or that should be seen as something normal. They have such powerful voices that anything they say, everyone's going to see anyway. And because they say things and it's not like Donald Trump, he'll say something and everyone will know about it, and it just pushes the idea to more people.
I try not to read the papers, it really frustrates me. I think when it's something like that, they'll put on there, Islamic, Muslim, terrorist, you get all the descriptions. But when it's not someone from that background or that religious background or whatever, and you get all these shootings in the States, they portray this person in such an innocent light and then say he has mental health issues.
Say like something happens, then if it's not a Muslim, then it's not considered a terror attack. But if it is, then obviously everyone label it as terror attack and everyone will see Muslims as bad.
So when it's a person who's not Muslim, they have mental health issues, but when it's a person who's Muslim, straight away, before anything's even reported, they're terrorists, and it's a terrorist attack. But otherwise, it's classed as a suspicious attack until they can find out who's done it, and if it's not Muslim, then it won't be classed as a terrorist attack. That's how I see it.
I think people now are becoming more and more lazy. Whenever they read or see, that's it, that's what they believe. If you see something sensationalized like the Daily Mail, like some of the news channels, it's very easy to take that on board and say, yeah, well, did you see that? That must be fact. I mean, we see Fox News in America with Trump and the examples there. It's so different from what you see. That can't be right. And it's very, very difficult in the media now.
Like everyone these days uses social media. If somebody says something, even if it's a rumor or something, then like hundreds and millions of people will believe it. But even if they say something which is true, which goes against that idea, then people may not believe it. So it has like changed the way people think. Now people just take other people's word for it. But like if they're actually educated and know like the truth about it, then they'll realise that it's not all like that bad. It's not everyone's terrorists and everything. That it's actually a decent religion. Like if people are more educated and if people like think twice before they say, oh, all Muslims are terrorists and stuff like that.
There is a part of media that is educating people in a better way. I see all these programs, and now every commercial, every soap has a Muslim family in it, so they definitely are acknowledging the existence more.
The media has a huge, huge responsibility. I think they control so much of the way people perceive things. There's a huge responsibility. They're very normal people, a very normal way of life. It's made out to be as though they're very different.
It's sad to say that the negative media always kind of overshadows anything else. Mainstream media will always put it in a negative light, and whilst we do things on Instagram and on Channel 4 and all of this stuff, it's never going to hit BBC News headlines because it's just mainstream media is too strong for that, I think.
A lot of the time the media just puts two and two together and goes, oh, it's a terrorist attack, it must be a Muslim. We don't need the media to learn everything about Islam and become like super knowledgeable about it, but it just needs to be a bit more open-minded when it comes to it, like not immediately match the two together. When these things happen, you don't always hear like the Muslim side of it. Like people will try and explain this is not what Islam tells us and stuff like that, but because the media says it and because big voices are saying that, oh yeah, they do, it's a bit hard sometimes to educate people about it. I feel like if people were more educated, then it'd be a lot easier. watching that video, to hear that someone went on a family holiday and had their caravan egged just because of the way they were dressed or look, I think is absolutely disgusting, and people need to realise that this is a much bigger issue than it's being portrayed. Her kids are going to think that that's normal, and that's not normal to be treated that way. The fact that young people are realising it already before they're even at an age where they can understand it's not the right way to be, and it's opened my eyes to see a woman so positive. She was talking about it so positively, and it makes you think the smaller things in life that I worry about, they are so unimportant compared to what she goes through throughout her life. I'll pick up my phone, read the Daily Mail, and not even think twice when it says Muslim terrorist. I just look at that as a description, but it's not a description, because every other person, like the shooting in Texas or the shooting in Miami, mental health issues, you know, and it just makes you think, why should they get a label and they shouldn't for wrongdoings? It just doesn't make sense.
I started Behind the Burqa because I think that our generation should not stand for discrimination in society. We are here to start a movement of equality and understanding. So this is a message to Donald Trump, the Daily Mail and Fox News, and to anyone else who thinks it's okay to discriminate. We're sick and tired of hearing about these stories and never seeing them on the news or in social media. And we will do anything it takes to stop this happening ever again.